Sup guys, King here, bringing you a live reaction to the Death Stranding trailer from the Game Awards 2017 show. Now, this is going to be a reaction to the trailer because the first time I watched it, the footage was staggering. I couldn't really make out what was happening because I was watching on like 480p resolution. And my computer kept screwing up and freezing. And at this point, like, I'd been waiting like 2 hours and a half, I think, for that bloody trailer to pop. And I was just completely underwhelmed and disappointed by the entire show. So I just didn't give a crap anymore. But I've got a 1080, I've got like a 7020 resolution now here. No staggering. I can sit down, watch this in my good moment time, whatever you like to call it, and just enjoy it. So, yeah, maybe we'll be able to analyze the trailer a bit more as I go through it. And maybe I'll do an analyzing video after that. But yeah, just want to quickly point out, it's not Silent Hills yet. It's not Metal Gear Solid yet. I had this crazy theory that Kojima was planning, or at least was planning beforehand, before the whole diabolical crap that happened, that maybe he was trying to make Metal Gear Solid and Silent Hills into a shared universe. Obviously, that doesn't seem or appear to be the case, but you never know. So let's go ahead and watch this, starting now.
I'm really excited to share the longest world premiere we've ever had at the Game Awards. This comes from one of the world's leading developers, and I'm so honored that it's here tonight. Please sit back and enjoy.
World premiere.
Once there was an explosion.
I didn't realize
A
it was 10
bang
minutes
which
long.
gave birth to time and space.
Honestly, thought it was like 5.
Once there was an explosion. A bang which set a planet spinning in that space.
The Big Bang Theory, basically.
Once there was an explosion. A bang which gave rise to life as we know it. And then came the next explosion.
Next, so there was a second Big Bang Theory. Oh, sorry, Big Bang. So there's Norman Reedus. Okay, let's pay attention to this stuff. No pausing here. There's Norman Reedus there. Porter. A lot of people are pointing out that the Porter refers to these invisible creatures you had to kill in a mission or in a game that Hideo Kojima worked on. I don't know if this was Snatcher or not, but it's an interesting thing that this is like an Easter egg to that, or perhaps it's a connection, because apparently that game also had you finding babies in fluids or something. So that body there, I don't know what the hell's going on. It's decomposed. I don't know where they are on the moon, or because that looks like a Land Rover. Bridges, they got the Bridges badges on them.
Shit, they're here.
That looks like a tail, a sensor, like a radar.
I can't get you out.
This guy's aging. He's aging.
Sam!
Shut up. Don't even breathe.
His name's Sam. Don't breathe. They can find you if you breathe. Look at him, he's old now. There's some sort of time travel or whatever involved in this, I think. Handprints. It's weird it can't hear that, like, or it doesn't take notice of that sound that the device is making. So when it's no longer in the vicinity, the device stops. I guess that's a tool you'll use in the main game, maybe to avoid these, so hold the button to hold your breath. That looks like it was a mummified corpse or something, so that does look like a corpse or a mummified corpse. Now it's eaten up. So, is that a footprint or a handprint? It looks like... You know what? His hand's burning, like something's touched him, it's burning. Oh no. There's multiple of them. This guy is just growing older. Look at the bracelets. It goes from blue to I think yellow and red. I'm not sure if I saw that right. I think that's the health indicator, or it's related to the PS4 controller. What were they gonna do to him if he hadn't killed him? Did he spare him mercy or? Hey, look, is that Matt Wilkinson? He did the same. Or is this a different character? He looks like a Chico, like the unused concept of Metal Gear Solid 5 of Chico, so disappeared. What the fuck's going on? Are these things killable? And that's why he's shooting, or? Something's grabbed him. He threw that baby thing away. Now he's stabbing himself. Look, the health is changing. It went from, yeah, it's gone from blue to yellow to red. But what's that about? He's not dying. The soundtrack. I'll keep coming. No. It's from the second one. So let's pick the baby up. I'm getting like Elfin Lied vibes with the hands, like some telekinesis crap. Look, it's like tentacles. It's like a stomp and like, or it's fingers, or multiple hands and that head. Like a neck, it has no head. Is it God? It's got an umbilical cord. It looks like it's connected to the planet. Maybe the planet is an egg or a womb or a baby or something, like life. Basically, the Earth is life and we have to cherish it. There's a lot of symbolism in this if you sit down and actually observe very carefully. I like that. Okay, this part, I remember this part. He's gone under the water. I'm getting Metal Gear Solid Survive vibes from this. The whole, like, the characters are under and they look up and the sky's an ocean and there's fish and everything. I'm getting the vibes, like, the same vibes from this. I know what you're thinking. It's not connected. What if it is? Remember, Kojima talked about this game connecting and building bridges. Is that metaphorical or is it literally? I'm wondering. See, bridges. Bridges! The hints are there, guys. It's like poetry. It rhymes, man. Like... You think he's in the ocean, but he's really not. Or he's drowning, or he's in a coma. Like... That's fucking creepy as shit. That's the creepiest fucking thing I've seen yet in a trailer. Like, so is the baby inside him? Is it like a parasite? Was the guy stabbing himself to kill the child? Look at that, he's throwing all that shit out. Bugs, like, it's all flying away. What's going on? No, the baby's not even in there anymore. Is it inside him? Does he turn it on and it comes back in? What's going on? It's like all covered in black fluid now. Is this like a reversion of the original teaser that we got? Detail on this, and he's crying, he's sad, why? Standing on the edge of the crater. Just 5 vibes, man. You got those figures there, like the angels of death.
There was an explosion.
That looks like a giant
A
hand.
bang which gave rise to life as we know it.
Giant hand created a crater. This game doesn't...
Came the next explosion.
Next explosion. So he's talking about Bang Theory, like... Death Stranding.
An explosion.
I feel like those letters, specific letters, are highlighted for a reason. E, T, H, maybe. I don't know. Earth?
Ah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Hideo Kojima and Norman Reedus.
I like that song. No gameplay though, which is disappointing. No Matt Mikkelsen, which is disappointing. No other actors confirmed yet, which is disappointing.
Yeah, I liked it. I'm glad you gave me some clothes to wear this time.
We are back together.
And nothing's gonna stop us this time.
Yeah. That's basically a Koi and Konami and Silent Hills.
It's such an honor
We're
to
back
work
together.
with you. You're such
Game's
a
not gonna get
genius,
cancelled this
seriously.
time, so.
Opened my eyes to a whole new world, I have to say. So thank you very much. Yeah.
I want to watch The Walking Dead just for Norman Reedus now. Like, he seems like such a
I think
chill
I now have to
dude.
go on the internet and try to figure out what I just watched, though. Yeah.
Okay,
Anyway, thanks for having us at the Game Awards. I'd do anything for this guy, for real. Good night.
Oh yeah.
Was that him in the... He was in the trailer as well. You saw a dude with glasses pop out from the tar, so I'm thinking that was Kojima there. So that's the footage. I guess we ought to talk about it, shouldn't we? So yeah, the Death Stranding footage, man. Just got done watching it, and now we can sit down and analyze it. I guess I have to go through it a bit more again. It's one of those things where you keep watching it until you figure it out. So yeah, let's turn the volume down and just let this play by itself, and we'll just talk like two casual guys. You know what? Let me keep the vibe on so I can hear some of the music there. So, do we still have any idea what this game is about? No. But it definitely has to do with the concept of the Big Bang and the concept of a second Big Bang and maybe even a third Big Bang. So, I don't know if there's any psychiatrists out there or who know this stuff, like the sciencey crap. I guess it's to do with the whole concept of dimensions and alternative universes. Maybe the concept of two worlds or two universes living side by side together. The whole thing of like there's two big bangs that basically created two worlds. There's our world and there's this world that the second one created. And now it's kind of like merging together or existing on a certain plane. Or maybe there's Earth 1, there's Earth 2, and in between there's a plane where it all connects. Building bridges. Hey, I'm good at this. Hey, maybe I just got it. Maybe I figured it out. I don't know. But it's definitely an interesting case. Again, the whole, is this Silent Hills? I guess it's not. Or is it? I don't know. It could be a case that Kojima basically took the concepts of Silent Hills and applied it to a sci-fi game. He did say this was meant to be an action game. But this trailer and previous trailers beforehand have downplayed the action segment considerably, and it's pretty much confirmed, at least from what we're seeing, that this is a horror game, or at least a sci-fi or horror cosmic kind of game, as some people have said. So yeah, it's definitely horror vibes. Is it survival horror? No, it's definitely not survival horror. It's probably horror action or sci-fi horror, as I said. Maybe along the lines of something like maybe Dead Space or I'm trying to think like what's recent that could be applied to this. What's that game called? Prey maybe? I don't know. But what is it about really? What's going on? Like, you've got this mummy thing here, dude with a golden mask. Is that a hint at something? This dude goes in, another dude comes out. Do they resurrect bodies? Do they take control of bodies? Obviously, from the previous trailer with Matt Mikkelsen's character, he was calling corpses. So maybe it's a case that you do come back as a corpse. Now, the whole horror angle, obviously, was it Project Ito or someone? He's a Japanese manga artist. He does horror manga. And Guillermo del Toro mentioned him in an interview once, like a little hint. And I think even Kojima said that they looked at his art style and they even worked with him. So obviously his influence is here in this game. So this does confirm that this is a horror game. It is not action as Kojima would like us to believe. What kind of horror game though is it? We already got, like I said, we already have the sci-fi vibe. Obviously alternative universes maybe. I mean, from the previous trailer, the whole concept of a World War II, whatever that was going on. Well, is there more to it? How does the Silent Hill stuff tie into this? Maybe it doesn't. Maybe that's all it was. Or maybe Silent Hills never existed. This guy, like, right here, looks exactly... Seriously, he does look like Chico. He's got the same tech as these guys. But it's like he's covered in that molded stuff. So is he an opposite? Is he an enemy? Is there two different groups that want to achieve the same goal, opposite goals? What's going on? Obviously, those babies look like they're like batteries that power up the devices here that can sense these creatures. These creatures which I think are possibly the gods of this world, or the gods in general. There's 5 of them we've seen. 5. I don't know. I do not know what that symbolizes. I don't know if there's anything in religious subtext that symbolizes the concept of 5 gods. If it was 7, I would have gone for the 7 sins, but it's 5. From what I saw, it's 5 of those things. So I don't know. This dude keeps stabbing himself. Is the baby inside him? He's trying to kill it. He did throw the backpack away with the baby. It fell into the tar. Like we can see here. Obviously, we see a bit of light. So it was obviously... Look, it's going away. It's still in there. It's getting a bit excited. And then we got this giant with an umbilical cord connected to the earth. What does that entail? What does that entail? The head, the way it's forming this like spear. Is that the Big Bang concept? It created a new world. Boom, there's the Big Bang. And now he ends up in this new world, this alternative world, and he has to get back somehow. The whole concept of falling into water and coming out. Rebirth, I guess. You know how they say when you drown, but you get saved. It's like being reborn again. So is this same? Is this the symbolism there? I don't know. Like it's a pretty whack trailer. Like I said, there's a lot of symbolism going on here, and I'm trying to find things that possibly potentially connect to Silent Hills and Metal Gear. And the truth is, yeah, there's a lot of things tying us to Silent Hills and Metal Gear. I mean, look at this part here. The fishes and the worlds, they're upside down actually. They're actually upside down. What the hell's going on there? Again, the concept of alternative reality. Up, down. Up is down. Down is up. Maybe that's what's going on. It's crazy. It's crazy to think about. But again, it's interesting. When you sit down and actually analyze the trailer, it's very interesting. That's creepy. That baby thing it's still creepy as hell. But still, what's going on, man? Yeah, I'm just it's just annoying that we go away even more. Like, I just want to see gameplay footage at this point. Like, I want to see a good 10-20 minute gameplay preview, and we're not getting that. And that's really the disappointing aspect of this game. If you notice the pod with the baby, it's got the Ludic model on there. So I just saw that. That's a little Easter egg there. Or maybe it tells something else. It does look like a hand, like... Notice the letters that highlighted. E-A-T-H-T. No, I was going to say it was going to be Earth. There's no R. E-A. Is there some sort of symbolism there? I don't know. Maybe I'm seeing things that aren't there. But yeah, this whole thing with Konami and Kojima and whether or not it's connected, I don't know, guys. I don't know. Kojima is a trickster. He likes to pull the wool over people's eyes. I did when I first watched this, or when I was about to watch the Game Awards, I did make a video giving my theories, and my theory was basically that maybe Kojima was going to have Silent Hills and MGS be in the same universe. Being revealed that Silent Hills was some sort of VR simulation made by the Patriots or Sci-Fi to put people into a coma or test the VR simulation environment, and that this was how it was going to tie in. And maybe Metal Gear Survive was going to be a twist as well, in that you play that game and you get to the end and you find out that no, you're not in an alternative dimension going through a wormhole infect you, you fell into the sea, and you're in some sort of coma, you got fished out, and you're basically in a coma the whole time in a VR simulation as well. And this was all going to be somehow connected, and that maybe Kojima is working with various different game companies like Ubisoft. He's obviously, and Capcom, he's obviously working with Guerrilla Games because he's using the engine, but he's used other engines as well. But still, this collaboration that he's doing, it's a bit insane. And I was wondering maybe there's more to it. I mean, look, think about the PT demo, for example. There's a lot of stuff in the PT demo that related to Metal Gear Solid 5 not only, but also currently Metal Gear Survive as well. The hints are there. There's crazy shit in there, and even Death Stranding and Silent Hills. I don't know. Maybe he just took the concepts from that, and Konami took their concepts from it, and they just designed their own stuff. But still, it's all too much of a bloody coincidence. And then the guy who worked on the one of the developers who worked on the PT demo, working for Capcom on the Resident Evil 7 DLC, that last one, that final story one that's meant to be a prototype, that served as a prototype for Resident Evil 8 apparently. And remember, Resident Evil 7 came first actually before PT. It's just that PT was announced first, then Resident Evil 7, but they had the idea before that, and yet that sort of did what PT tried to do. And back to Resident Evil 7 and its DLC, you've got a developer from PT that worked with Kojima working on that, and it's called The End of Zoe. ZOE. Zone of the Enders. I don't know, man. The hints, like the little hints, the little Easter eggs. It's a bit too much. But obviously, I'm just insane and a total game conspiracist nutcase. So obviously, this means nothing. But still, you got theorists like Selka, Psylocke, Selka, or Phil. I don't know what those guys are called. Selka, those two brothers who pretty much guessed that twist on MGS5 beforehand. But their videos are interesting, and I like watching their animation videos. So I'm looking forward to the next one with this. But I don't know, man. It's crazy as shit. Plus Kojima, Norman Reedus, and Del Toro posting PT and Silent Hill stuff constantly recently on Twitter to the build up of this. It feels like a big FU to fans that they're just sort of like trolling us at this point. But at the same time, why bother doing that in the first place? Like, unless there's a hidden meaning or hint there. I don't know, guys. I don't know. But yeah, I'm just throwing it out there. Anyway, that was my analysis video. That was my live reaction, etc., etc. I hope you liked it. And as always, guys, like and subscribe, whatever. I shall see you, and I can't wait for more of this stuff. Take care and bye.